When people ask the question, they say, how did inflation happen? Okay. How did inflation happen? Yesterday, Dinkin sends me a picture saying, hey, should I call you Nostradamus or whatever? Because, and shout out to Dinkin, by the way. He sends me this picture, and he says, gas prices in Nevada. Okay. Oh, yeah. Did you see that picture or no?
Yeah.
Did you see what the numbers were? Tyler, I'm going to try to send this to you. Which Mac you want me to send it to? VT MacBook Pro? Okay. So see if you have it to show this. Okay. Tell me if it's coming to you or no. It should come right now. You got it? Take a look at this. Okay. This is gas prices in Nevada. Zoom in a little bit more. Okay. This is 2 days ago. $8.25 for
look at
regular.
the price of diesel, man.
$8.25, $8.49, $8.73, $8.90. Okay. So do you know when I watch this what I say? It's okay. I'm not affected by it. Me. Yeah. But you know when I look at this what I say? Who the hell can afford to pay $8.25? Hey, son, can you come visit me? Haven't seen you for 2 weeks. Mom, you're 18 miles away. It's going to cost me $22 to come visit you. I can't do that, Mom. What do you mean you can't come? You don't love your mom? Mom, I love you. I just can't come pay you $22 on gas to come over there, right? So inflation is a byproduct of what?
Corporate greed.
Printing money.
Supply and demand. The ebbs and flows of the economy and potential economic policy.
So go to the first one. Inflation is a byproduct of corporate greed. Unpack that.
These gas companies don't have to charge this much.
Okay. But
they're doing it because they can. Now maybe there's supply chain issues. Maybe that
So then let me ask you this question.
Their end, but I don't think so.
Let me ask you this question. How come they didn't do this 2 years ago? How come they didn't do this 3 years ago? If you're saying to me, if that's the argument, where the argument is they did it because they can.
Well, 2 years ago, no one was driving, so they couldn't do it then.
Go 3 years ago. How come they didn't do it 3 years ago? How come they didn't do it 4 years ago? How come they didn't do it 5 years ago?
I don't know.
But meaning, so then
why do they choose to do it now?
But that's not the argument.
Right.
Then the argument becomes, if the reason why this is it because of corporate greed, well, maybe they could have done this 3 years ago, but they didn't. How come they didn't do it then? So maybe that's not number one. Do I think it's on the list? Yeah. I think for sure it's on the list. Yeah. I'm not sitting here saying
number one yet.
I think it's on the list. Okay. So, let's go to another one. I had Andrew Yang sitting right here 3 weeks ago, right?
Good episode.
And we talked about UBI, right?
Yeah.
Universal Basic Income. When he first proposed it, you're like, okay, Elon Musk is saying AI is coming, and what you have to worry about is AI. And then that one interview with Jack Ma, where Jack Ma's like, I think the human brain is more this. And Elon's like, yeah, that's where you're wrong, and we disagree. I don't know if you remember that interview.
Yeah, it was very
powerful.
awkward between them.
Very awkward between the two of them. Elon's like, what are you talking about here, right? Okay. So he says,
Jack Ma was not picking up on Elon's joke.
No.
It's like, relax, there's a joke, guys.
Yeah. So
no one got it.
So Elon's saying that. So, this guy comes out, Andrew, and you're like, well, we're going to pay $1,000 a month, and this is what Milton Friedman announced. And I'm like, Milton Friedman would say something like this? Dude, that's crazy. So I'm like, let me go do some due diligence. No. Milton Friedman never said just give up money. Milton Friedman had a negative income tax, which means if you're making, if the whatever income is 40 grand, the average income is 40 grand, if you bust your tail and you make 30, we'll work to help you out because you earned it. We'll give you a little bit less of a tax, a little bit bigger of a tax cut. So you have to do it. I think the reality is the best thing they can do with taxes, anybody making less than 40 grand, just don't tax people less than 40 grand. Just keep it a little bit easier for them to get rid of that part.
Any Republican comes forward with that platform,
yeah.
You can't beat them.
But
why don't the Democrats do that?
But okay, I agree with you. So, but the part with inflation now, UBI didn't work. We just tested it; didn't work.
Mm-hmm. Because you mean the PPP program?
The PPP program is
that was a big leaky bucket. I mean,
to who? Corporate.
Yeah,
of course.
What I'm saying.
So I mean, fraudsters.
There's all these tranches of money. There's all these tranches of money that got injected into the economy. The stock market got a couple of hits.
Yeah.
The corporations all got their PPP, and then the people got their extended state unemployment. Right. So which of those three is really the poorest policy? Was it the extended unemployment? You could argue that it was, because a lot of people were motivated not to work. I know several who were making more on the unemployment during COVID than they were ever making at their jobs. So that's an argument I could engage with. But I don't think it was just giving out a couple checks of $2,500. Most of that money went to food and gas, right? I don't think people hoarded it and are sitting on it today, causing this inflation. But
I don't think they did that. I think that money went back to large corporations.
Sure.
Because what people don't realize is the spending habits didn't change. I can give money to a person, like, you know how every time I got somebody that's on the corner that's asking me, begging me for money, you know what I always do? I said, here, let's go to a restaurant. You hungry?
Yeah.
No, I'm good, man. Oh, okay. I got it.
Move, yeah.
Yeah. So, hey, let's go to a restaurant. I got you. What would you like? And by the way, some of them that say yes, I was with Tico and you remember when we did this in Dallas?
Yeah, you brought a homeless
guy. I brought a homeless guy in my car. I take him. I said, whatever you want. I said, who else is up there? Get them stuff, the double this. I said, get all of them. We brought him. I get everybody food. Cool. No problem. But what happens if you give drug addict money?
Right.
What does he do?
He just goes and buys more drugs.
What happens if you buy an alcoholic money? He goes and buys more alcohol, right? What happens if you buy somebody who has no understanding of finances? You give him money. What does he do? What does she do? They spend it. The money rolls up to who? The company that has the product that you're spending money with, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we realize a UBI format does not work and is not the long-term solution.
So if you like this clip and you want to watch another one, click right here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click right here.